Hi, I'm Jay Porter from Radial Engineering here at NAMM 2019 with Long and McQuade. So one of the cool new products we've got here at the show is the KL8. So the KL8 is a 4-channel keyboard mixer for on stage or in the studio. So we have 4 input channels, each with their own level control. Then we also have USB with its own level control. So dual USB inputs, so you can have somebody who has a backup keyboard rig or perhaps having SoftSense loaded onto 2 different laptops. They can switch back and forth between the keyboard inputs, either on the front panel or with a foot switch. Next we have the aux, so we have aux send level on all 4 channels and an aux return, so you can use that for effects, volume pedal, that sort of thing. Monitor outs and main outs, XLR, both transformer isolated with their own level control. The other thing with the aux is that you have an aux switch on top that can route the aux return to all outputs or just the monitor and headphone outs. So you can say have something the keyboard player only wants to hear. Maybe they don't want their effects going to front of house, or maybe they've got a click track from the monitor engineer. They can have that just feeding their monitors and headphones. The headphone output allows you to have everything going through the headphones or just cue individual inputs up. So if you're trying to get a sound out of your keyboard and just want to hear that through the cans, you can do that as well. USB for both channels also has MIDI switching. So you can have the MIDI I/O being switched. You can use an analog keys to control your soft synth, or maybe you want to send something pre-recorded MIDI out to the keyboard and playback audio that way. Finally, you can link these together, so you can create multiple or much larger keyboard setups with multiple KL8s linked together just with TRS cables. So you want 1, 2, or 3 of these, maybe a big keyboard setup in the studio, or a couple people playing with lots of keyboards and synths on stage. You can link multiples together and have a big KL8 setup. So KL8 from Radial Engineering just started shipping now, so really brand new for NAMM 2019. A couple other new products we have here at the Radial booth are our DI-Net DAN RX2 and DAN TX2. And what these are Dante interface boxes, just simple 2-channel Dante interfaces. So the RX2 gives you a headphone output and XLR output with an EtherCon network input. So you can basically add or pick up 2 channels of analog audio anywhere off of Dante. Great if you want to drop it into a room with powered speakers, perhaps an overflow room, send audio to a different console, or just use it for headphone monitoring. To plug it into the Dante network and be able to pick up a stereo feed just about anywhere with a volume control. The TX2 is the opposite. So the TX2 is your EtherCon network output and analog audio input. So this one's really nice and useful. It's 2 channels, both with their own level control, can also be stereo linked. Anywhere you want to plug 2 channels of analog audio and feed it into the Dante network. Maybe it's an old mixing board or another source of audio, mic preamp, just to basically quickly plug it in and feed it to the Dante network. So really creating just simple 2-channel interface boxes for Dante. So the TX2 and RX2 from Radial Engineering. These will be shipping soon here at NAMM 2019. Another new product that we're showing here at Radial Engineering at NAMM 2019 is the Headlight Pro. And the Headlight Pro is a 4 amplifier switcher for guitar players. So 1 guitar in, 4 amplifiers out, 4 output switches, can turn on 1 or all at the same time. So you can just do any combination of your 4 amps in the studio or live. 180-degree phase reverse and the ground lifts on all outputs, transformer isolation on all outputs, the drag control, so that's drag is an impedance correction for passive pickups, so you plug your guitar in to this device, you can change the drag control and get a little bit of tone back that might have been missing. It also has a tuner output and a 9-volt DC, so you can use your standard power brick on any pedal board to power this device. So the Headlight Pro, another cool new thing here at Radial Engineering. All right, the final new product here at NAMM 2019 at the Radial Engineering booth is the SW8 USB. So for quite a few years now, we've been building the SW8, which is a backing track auto switcher. Big concert tours, Many big arena bands are using backing tracks, and a lot of even smaller bands have started adding backing tracks into their live setups. The issue with using backing tracks is you're dependent on a computer, and computers crash, so you want to have a redundant backup. And what the SW8 allowed people to do was connect 2 computers, 2 audio interfaces, have 8 channels of audio streaming. That audio dropped away, you'd be able to use the SW8, would automatically switch over to the other computer, so the show would go on seamlessly. Nobody knew that a computer crashed or failed. So the new for the show is the SW8 USB. So rather than having to have external interfaces, you can now just plug 2 computers straight into the SW8. It has your digital to analog converters built in, and it's really effectively 2 audio interfaces all in the same box. So along the back side here, you've got 2 USB inputs for your 2 MacBooks or whatever you're using, 2 power supplies, so you can have absolute total redundancy. Like I say, it's really 2 8-channel interfaces all in one box. And then your analog outputs, mic or line level on the front, line level on the back, as well as TRS. You can switch automatically, you can switch with the optional JR2 foot switch, and you can also switch MIDI. So those people doing show control over MIDI and want to have backup coming from the computer as well, you can have that MIDI I/O connectivity. So the SW8 USB, brand new here at Radial Engineering, NAMM 2019. So that's all of the new products here at NAMM 2019 from Radial Engineering. Thanks for coming by. If you have any questions, contact us or your folks at Long McQuade.
Thanks for watching. To be notified of more videos from our trip to NAMM this year, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon. Leave a comment or question below and check out our video playlist of all the latest and greatest products at NAMM.